Today's video is hot, and this is the biggest question I get to ask anybody that listens to me. Are you tired of the rotations in your life? Are you tired of being in the same cycle over and over again? If you are, then you know this is the call for a revolution. You know this is where you get to make everything count. And you must, unless you're not sick and tired of the rotations. This is where the decisions you make in your life actually count. This is where you get to give you permission to do life. And with revolution there comes seasons, right? And there's spring, there's autumn, there's winter, and there's summer. You have to understand which spheres or which sects of your life are like that. And when it feels like too much, you let it go. Let me give an example of a rotation. A rotation is you've been in a cycle that you've already known the patterns and you know it doesn't serve you, but still you just like one more time. What a revolution is, on the other hand, is you being sick and tired of this rotation and you accepting that the rotation is part of what I agreed to settle for, right? And I'm sick and tired of this rotation. I need more for myself. As I make this journey, as I make this choice moving forward, it scars me for life, whether good or bad. This is where I get to give myself a chance to make a choice. That is a revolution because it allows you to create a new version of yourself, one that you haven't even met yet. And sometimes I sit and think, well, isn't that what life is supposed to be about? Us going through the revolution in due time, because a rotation takes what? 24 hours. A revolution takes a whole year. So there's time to it. There's practical time for things to happen. So if you are in your last cycle of your rotation, know that it's okay. You don't have to blame yourself on it. I am never going back to this position again. I'm never doing this ever again. Come on, this is your last cycle. Make sure it's your last and that you can keep that promise to yourself. And keeping the promise to yourself is not holding yourself hostage. You have to learn to maneuver with your everyday challenges that go through your life and they mess up how your decision was in the first place. Let not that deter you. As long as you try and find footing to what the goal was originally about, it gets easier. So yes, you'll have to fight yourself off 1,001 times, every single time. Sometimes you're not, the parts of you have no idea how they react or how they are or who they are. And what's saddening in all this is that the part that we've allowed to have so much control in our lives are the ones that have been wounded and painful. And whatever lessons were there, it's time to know that whoever can release this pain from you is just you. And just choosing, like, right now, I want things to be different. And I know so many people won't agree with me. So many people are going to drop out of my journey. And will it hurt? Yes, it will hurt. But moving forward, this is what is good for me. No pride, no ego, just you understanding that there's a certain journey, there's a certain path in this life that you've been put in, regardless of how much of a social sphere it is. There's a journey that you just must take as a one person. And it's lonely and it's hard. Sometimes I wonder if it's worth it, but I know when it counts, it does really count for shit. And it's way much better than what I was getting, So I know it's scary. I know. Do you ever wonder what kind of person you are when you're truly loved? And you always know when you've gone through a lot of shit, you can always read into people. When they are honest, they were mad. It's because this was survival tactics when you were young. When you're going through several hands, you're able to even map out a mosaic of how human patterns are. Or when you see mbona watu ukaa chini wanasema najua madhe saizi amejam, ama when something is happening unasema kuna kitu. Just the way you have those common instincts. Inside of you is embedded an instinct and an intuition that makes you know what kind of person someone is. It's just we don't listen. But when you've been exposed to that earlier on in your life, you're almost capable of telling a pattern before it repeats. So, do your last cycle and choose to revolve for yourself. And when you're revolving, you can't, yes, other people's what other people say is important, as opposed to popular opinion that what people say is never none of your business. Part of it is some of your business, because you're not just you how you look at yourself, but you're also you how others interact with you, and how you brush this life's path with other people is also a very key component of who you are. So yes, you should but this is where the determinant is. The people that you brush your shoulders with must be very intentional. To know that this is life happening, we will change, we will be different people, but do you have something that grounds both of us? Your relation has to count for shit. And I had something really beautiful today. I wish there was a way I could share it. And whatever the person was questioning makes you really think back a lot. So yes, you do get to choose. If this is a time you say this is going to be my revolution in my life, let it be so. And when you're saying that, you're saying it with so much convictions, because it could totally go south. But you're okay with that decision. But because what is pushing you further, or what's propelling you, is the fact that this is your own choice. And you're not doing it because you're scared. There might be a little fear there. Fear of the unknown. But that can be the bottom line, that you're doing this because you're scared. You're doing this because you've been tired of the past selves you've lived. And maybe it's about time to shed off that skin and have a new one and see what that fits on me, or what that looks like on me. God. I know it's heavy, but try and understand what I'm saying. I know you're smart enough. So until the next time, go have yourselves a lovely day, and taking our last rotation. Maybe the rotation has found you midway. Maliza tu. Lakini ujue huku sirudi tena. I'm not going to be that person anymore. I hope and pray that you have the courage to do what it takes. And the courage to choose yourself, to say, this is for me. I honestly pray that you do have the courage. That's all we all lack. Just courage to live across the lines, to choose ourselves, to listen in, to be wrong against the world. That is the courage we lack. Sisi pesa si nini. It's courage. So, go be your best self in this day. Go be kind to the next person that you find. Be grateful. And keep a positive spirit for yourself. That's how you fill your soul up. That's how you feed your soul. And the very, very innate things that are very mundane. That is how you feed your soul. You consciously choose to be positive, listen to positive stuff, because it's still vibration. You choose to be grateful. Say thank you for all the good things that you come across in life, and being kind. I feel like being kind is the signature of humanity. That is why an act of kindness in the farthest corner of the world can be resonated to somebody who's here or somewhere else, the other far. Anyway, bye. I need to go dress up and go to work. have a lovely